Hi everyone, this is your weather woman, meteorologist Amy Metz. We're looking live outside over Huntsville, Alabama. There's a little bit of blue up in the sky, but also a lot of darkness. So these lowering cloud heights here, they are going to continue to add to the moisture. So more moisture coming in through tomorrow. Right now, we have just a little bit of a chance that tomorrow there will be some severe weather. I say a little bit of a chance. I mean, quite honestly, there will be some strong wind gusts, some strong wind reports over 65 miles an hour embedded in tomorrow's display across Mississippi and Alabama, extending a little bit into Tennessee and Kentucky, especially on those western ends. Some of this could disturb a little bit in Arkansas, but not too likely that it will be as bad as what's to come on the first. I just wanted to share the sky tonight before sunset, as there is already some scud clouds forming. You can hardly tell here, but along this base, there are some clouds that are dropping down, and really scud clouds often they originate from down below. So what it is it's moisture meeting up into this cloud, and those can form these little funnels. At least they look like funnels. They will be shaped triangularly sometimes. I posted a picture on my Facebook profile, Amy Metz, if you want to see the difference between the scud versus what's actually tomorrow, and then again on the first, higher chance that some of those could actually be rotating. But right now, even though there's some bits and pieces that look like they're dropping down into tornadoes, it's not today. A little chance tomorrow, a little more chance, I think, for bits of hail, and then the strong winds on Wednesday across the southeast. Georgia will pretty much stay clear. Florida, pretty much staying clear. There could be some water spouts off the coast of Louisiana and Florida as well. But the bulk of the strong storms, they're going to really hold off until the first. So there is the same severe weather threat, according to the Storm Prediction Center, for both Wednesday and January 1st of 2022 in the same region. I do believe, though, that Storm Prediction Center, which is our official source and a lot of people do turn to, including TV meteorologists, I believe that they are going to increase that chance, not just to the slight risk that they have it at now, but probably up to a moderate or even enhanced risk, meaning that there's more likely a chance that there's going to be quite a few tornadoes in the same region of Mississippi, Alabama, and then the west ends of Tennessee and Kentucky again on the first. So tomorrow's chance pretty low. They still have the chance on the first pretty low, but I do not believe it will remain that way. So if you'd like more information on that forecasting with some of the weather tools that I posted, that's on my Facebook Weather Woman page or on right here on my YouTube channel. So go ahead and hit subscribe if you'd like to see more of those forecasts. Severe weather around the world is what I track, including space weather, as I'm studying space weather. I learned to forecast lightning, so now you only see me as a silhouette, but tomorrow, I don't believe there will be a lot of lightning. We've had a few solar flares this week, and just even two today. So that can bring us different amounts of cloud cover. It has been shown through different studies. This is all very new and something that's in the works to being able to actually prove these things without a doubt. But it is showing more often than not that once we have some of these solar storms and solar flares, different particles come into our atmosphere on Earth and allow for an increased amount of cloud condensation nuclei. Fancy words. All it really means is that there's more stuff for moisture to cling to, a reason for the air to condense, and so cloud cover increases, lightning increases in some cases, and also aurora. High latitudes right now, nothing down in the mid latitudes as far as the space weather forecasting I've been doing right now, but there has been an increase in lightning, although I noticed it was not affecting this grid panel. I kind of look at lightning having different grid panels across the Earth. And right now, a lot of the activity with the increased lightning was in the southern hemisphere. And these storms that were just dropping tons of rain and flooding into California, and some of that moisture now moving its way across Mexico, about to intersect us here in the southeast United States. Those areas have not been showing a lot of lightning. So I don't believe this will be a huge thunderstorm, not a very loud one, unless, of course, some of those twisters drop down to the ground. I do believe that will be going down on Monday. So I'll be out storm chasing very safely, of course, getting good vantage points, making sure I'm in a sound structure where I can have a good view, and also a stairwell or somewhere to go to if it just turns out that I position myself in an interception point, which is not what I do. I am not looking to intercept and be in the middle of a tornado like some chasers have, which is, I don't care either way. But I know I want to make sure I come home to my family. So even if I am going to be somewhere questionable, I'll definitely have a storm shelter right next to me. And I will be checking those out before things get wild. So I'm enjoying the sky. And, if you want any more information, don't forget to hit subscribe and you can see what my face looks like on Facebook if you want to know. So have a nice day, enjoy the weather, and stay safe through all of the wild stuff coming across the southeast U.S. We do have another cyclone, by the way, since I focus worldwide. I'll go ahead and mention that I am getting questions about Fiji, Solomon Islands, New Caledonia. There is another storm system developing right now near Australia. It hasn't been able to form into an actual cyclone because the land that is Papua New Guinea and Australia is keeping it from organizing. But once the clouds and that little bit of a storm system gets its way closer to New Caledonia, it will have the chance to make that closed circulation at the surface, which then gives it the ability to be termed a cyclone. I do think we'll have a cyclone in the next few days forming there. However, should not get too close to land. New Caledonia would be the worst case, but given its position right now, it shouldn't be any worse than what we saw last time, which was Category 1 landfall. So people are already very aware of how to get through that sort of thing, and hopefully everyone will be prepared. This is going to be striking in the next 5 days or so. About January 2nd, 3rd would be the worst days for that region. But Fiji, Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, you can all know that you'll be safe from this one. New Caledonia will get those strong winds. Rough seas all the way to Vanuatu and Solomon Islands, but not for long. So I'll keep talking about those. And hey, there's one of those scuds right there I was talking about. So the air is so moist that it can almost appear as though there's a little funnel, but it's not rotating. And I know it's not rotating simply because of the wind shear right now. Tomorrow, wind shear is not going to be too terrible when it's a high wind shear, meaning that there's air at the ground kind of going, cruising pretty slow, and then the air up higher is moving faster, and then even faster. That can cause those rolls in the sky that will then sometimes become vertical. That's the tornado. Right now, we don't have the wind shear. See that little guy? He's already like sucking back up. So that scud is just dropping down, coming up, dropping down. And no fear today for tornadoes. Just beautiful skies and those little tricky scud clouds that do get people calling into the news station during this weather. I would always be having the phones ringing off the hook. It looks like there's a tornado, and then we open up our live cams. But I would always be telling people as the meteorologist, no way, not a chance. And sometimes they would come back, well, you never know, but some of us do know. We've been trained and gone to school for this. So just hang tight. Know that tomorrow is a good day to have the weather alerts on your phone. Pay close attention. Look at the radar. See when storms are in your area and just hang tight. Don't go out on the road during those times. Be near a storm shelter. That means an underground shelter is always best. Between as many walls in the storm, away from windows is a good bet. If you do get caught outside, laying in a ditch outside of your car is actually the safest thing to do. I have family members who have survived tornadoes that way while working out in their fields back before we had so many weather alerts. So it is a tried and true method that does work. You just got to be low to the ground so that those whipping winds don't end up taking you away. Hopefully everybody gets through this next week nice and safe, and we don't have a huge impact to a city like we did on December 10th with Mayfield, Kentucky. So I have a nice story from Manette Arkansas on my Facebook page right now on Weather Woman. That is facebook.com/theworldofweather. If you want to learn a little bit more about how tornado safety and preparedness works and how you can survive through the storm, they are a classic example. They were aware. A worker looked out the window. They saw the thing coming. They got all the residents in the hallway because, again, it was the most walls they had since there was no underground shelter. And the workers actually put their bodies on top of their residents in this nursing home. And so, unfortunately, there was one death. However, if they had not been prepared, if they had not been looking, if they had been more like the workers at the candle factory in Mayfield or in the Amazon factory who were not as aware or prepared, in some of those cases, some of the people were already hiding, but it just happened to take that whole building away. That storm got so strong by then. So it is just another reminder that even if you're in that most internal point, it might not be the best bet. Like really underground, when you get to some of these stronger storm systems, or the house isn't built, the structure is not built with reinforced rebar or concrete, some things are easier to lift away. So I am just crossing my fingers. Everybody stay safe through this next batch. And I'll be here sharing on the live streams where you can see me next time. Have a nice day. Talk to y'all later. And go ahead and put questions down in the comments, or if you have links to your own work or you're going to be out, I am always happy to have that stuff shared on my own personal weather information outlets as well. So this